With just 2 weeks left to CAT, we are approaching the D-Day. We are much closer to the D-Day than we were yesterday. And now the question is that what are the things which you should do and which you should not do in these last 2 weeks to CAT so that you can maximize your chances of getting a great percentile in CAT. Now, while I've already created a series of videos on your CAT prep and your CAT strategy, I have specifically created two videos on the 4-week strategy to CAT and the 3-week strategy to CAT. And this video is a reminder to that 4-week and 3-week strategy. Hi, I'm Darpan Saxena, an MBA graduate from Udaipur, and let's get on with the video. So yes, this video is a reminder to all of you who've been following me for the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so, and who've been following each of my daily CAT prep CAT strategy videos. You would know that, 3 weeks back or some 2 weeks back, I had shared with you my 4-week to CAT prep plan, in which I had given you a week by week flavor of what you need to do in each week. 4 weeks to CAT, you were supposed to calibrate. 3 weeks to CAT, you were supposed to concentrate. However, now those 2 weeks are gone. And what we have in front of us are the last 2 weeks to CAT. So in this video, I will be specifically talking to you about these last 2 weeks, which is consolidate and calm, and I'll be explaining you that what exactly is it that you have to do in these two. Now, first of all, I'll quickly run you past what were the last 2 weeks like. So when I had advised you that 4 weeks to CAT, when you have 4 weeks, in the fourth last week, what exactly you have to do? Your fourth last week should have been the week of calibration, in which I had advised you that you should write 3 CAT mock tests so that you can write all of them in your actual CAT slot. It was very important to write these mock tests in your actual CAT slot so that you calibrate yourself, you calibrate your clock, and you calibrate your performance in those very hours when you'll be having your CAT mock or when you'll be having your actual CAT. That was my first advice to you, and I hope you have completed that. I really hope that you have been able to do all of that. Then obviously, with each mock, you had to analyze that mock, which was very important, and I'm sure that you've completed both of these things. Obviously, since you still had 4 weeks, I had advised you to focus still on your weak areas and try to find out ways in which you can truly improve on them so that by the end of it, you do not have certain big glaring gaps in your preparation. That was what my advice was. And obviously, I have been preparing a lot of videos for those who are weak in certain sections, that how you should, approach each of those sections in which you are weak so that you can maximize your scores even from the sections you are weak in. That is what my entire attempt in the last 3 weeks have been. Then from there, the third last week, this is exactly what you were supposed to do in the third last week. This was the week of concentration, and I had clearly told you that what you need to concentrate in this third last week was on your weaker areas. This is what I had advised you already. Now, obviously, for this, I had been creating videos after videos which not only helped you in your preparation strategy, but also how do you attempt that weaker section of yours in the exam on the CAT day. This is something which you should have watched. Then also, I had advised you that you must go through all the important questions of the previous mock tests which you have attempted. This would actually help you. This would help you to refresh your mind around what are the things which you were able to attempt and how was it that you were able to attempt it, and what were the things which you were not able to attempt, and probably are you now at a place where you can probably go and attempt it, because you could have derived immense confidence from something which you were not able to solve weeks ago, but now you can solve it. Also, very important, not everyone speaks to you about this, that a lot of you could also be IFT and SNAP aspirants. And for those of you, I had clearly said that if you're waiting for your CAT to get finished, then that will be too late, because IFT is just happening 2 to 3 weeks after your CAT. IFT and SNAP are happening just around that time itself. And hence, after the cat, usually we are not in the frame of mind to study anything specifically for IFT and SNAP. Therefore, I have advised you to be smart and also to appear for at least 3 mock tests of IFT and SNAP and or SNAP, so that you can at least get a head start in IFT and SNAP and get an broad understanding of where you stand in these two exams. Now, from there, I would be quickly speaking to you about it, what you need to do right now. Now that you have 2 weeks left for your CAT, what is the week 3 and week 4, which means the second last week and the last week to CAT? What should be your strategy for these 2 weeks? Now, this week should be about consolidate. No more thinking about your weak areas. I had already prepared a lot of content each day for the students who are weak in certain areas. You can check out my YouTube channel. It is full of content for students who are weak in QA, weak in DILR, weak in VARC. Now, this week onwards, I'll not be speaking to you about what you can do in your weak areas. No, that ship has sailed. Now you need to consolidate on what is your strength, on the things which will make you win. For example, the first thing which you need to do is that go ahead and revise any concepts or formulas which you need to. So for example, for DILR and for QA, you might be having certain concepts and formulae which you need to keep handy so that your speed can increase. For VARC, there could also be certain concepts of RC which you need to remind yourself so that in that day, on that day, you are fresh to attempt any RC question. From there, I had also advised you that now go back to your previous mock tests again and check out the questions from your area of strength which you had purposely saved for yourself, in which you would have probably applied certain special tip or a trick so that you can refresh your head around it. What was it? What was so unique about that particular question that you were able to solve it? It also helps you in one more way. Not only are you reminding yourself of how you were able to solve it, you are also deriving certain positive feelings from some of the greatest questions which you were able to solve in the history, and you are basically reminding yourself that yes, if I can solve those kind of questions, I can easily do very well in CAT. This is very important for you. The third point is very important. The third point is even more important than this. Whether you go back to your mocks or not, I don't know, you should, but at this point of time, do not change your test taking strategy as per anyone's advice. Therefore, all of the attempt strategy videos which I had to create, I have already created it for you. From this point onwards, I'm not going to speak to you about how to attempt it. वो सब हो चुका है. Whatever strategy you have finalized up till now, whatever strategy seems to be working for you, that is your strategy. Even if suppose your existing strategy is not working for you, suppose even in the last 1 or 2 weeks, if you were to change a strategy, first of all, you will not have enough mock tests to actually experiment out on it, and it will not make sense for you to finalize a strategy. You should have attempted at least 4 or 5 mock tests with that strategy, and hence it's too late. Also, the fourth last point, again a very important one: in this week, do not write more than one cat mock. Again, if you're somebody who has the philosophy that hey, right up till the end of the exam day I would be attempting mocks, that might not work, because it might only create unnecessary stress on you, and instead of that you would lose out on a opportunity to just sit back and revise certain formulas and concept which are important for you, which you need to keep in your head. So in that haste of of attempting a lot of mock tests, you will actually screw yourself over. So hence, in this week, all I'm advising you is write one mock test. And the reason why I'm even advising you to write one mock test is that I don't want you to go any week without having had match practice. I want your hands and brains to keep on, to keep moving. Hence, keep yourself in the game by appearing for one mock test at max in this week. Now, from there, that was about the second last week to the cat. What about the last week? about which surely I would be creating another last week revision or last week strategy for cat. However, it is important for me to speak about it now. Your last week has got to be a week where you just calm out, where you just are absolutely calm. In that last week, all I'm advising you is to just take one last mock test, and that is also only for the sake of your practice. Again, I don't want you to go any week, any 7 days without you having appeared for a mock test. That could bring you out of practice, and that could be a problem. But one mock a week is absolutely fine to keep you alive, to keep you good in the practice. Also, points 2, 3, 4, very simple and important. Enjoy your week. Have good food, good healthy food, food which will keep you healthy. If you are up there in the North India, the weather is changing. Please take care of yourself. You don't want to fall ill. And the last point is very important. Correct your sleeping cycle. You have to calibrate yourself. You have to calibrate your biological clock as per the cat. Therefore, last week, if you still have not, if you still see, if you already have calibrated yourself as per the clock, then that's great. But if you still have not, each day in this 7 days of the last week, you have to wake up at the right time, which helps you maximize your score and your agility in your cat slot. This is what the week number 4 of cat 4 week plan is. This was my unique 4 weeks 4 C's strategy, and I'm sure that this would help you just the way it has helped a lot of aspirants over the years. This video was just to remind you that what I had said to you in my 4 weeks to cat strategy and in my 3 weeks to cat strategy, this was an extension of that, so that those of you who have been following me, they get reminded of that, and the ones who have not been following me, now you know that okay, probably even if you've not followed me for now, this is probably your ideal 2 week strategy for you to get the best of what you can have. Do not forget to subscribe and share with me your experiences of your cat prep in the last 4 weeks. I'd be happy to read and respond to all of them. Thanks a lot and goodbye.